Recently, I was interviewed by John Green from Cork C103 local radio, and John was very interested in my book, The Troubles Come South, Murder and Mayhem, and we discussed many topics in two separate programmes broadcast on consecutive Sundays at 7 o'clock. One of the chapters in the book that he was particularly interested in was what I've called Diluting the Blue, and that particular chapter covers the big changes that have taken place in the control of the Garda Síochána and in its oversight bodies since 2014. And I summarise that elsewhere as what I've called ABG, Anyone But Garda. And in this short movie, I'm showing you how the structure has changed in terms of the personalities and the profiles and the background of the people who have been propelled into positions of control of An Garda Síochána and control of the various oversight bodies that are connected with that. It is an unparalleled development in any democracy that I'm aware of, and I'm pretty well versed on international policing and the parallels, and it is something that simply would not occur in any jurisdiction that I'm aware of, and yet it has smoothly followed on here in the Republic, and particularly since 2018. As I said to John Green when we were doing this little segment, this little recording, I said I'm trying very hard to be objective and not reflexive, not just simply complaining, because I'm looking at a complexion of control that is totally alien to any form of policing and security arrangement that one is aware of either internationally, any European countries, in the United Kingdom, the United States, or even much further afield. So we're looking at the key positions. Well, there is, of course, the Commissioner, who comes from the RUC PSNI background. There are two Deputy Commissioner posts, and one of those is due to retire very shortly, and that has created a vacancy for which no member, we believe, of An Garda Síochána has applied to fill that vacancy. The other Deputy Commissioner is Canadian from professional experience and from background. And then there are 6 Assistant Commissioners who are from a domestic Republic of Ireland background and professional experience, and 2 additional who come from the RUC and the PSNI. So there is a trend, as one can see, even in those key positions when one looks at it, on the information that we're looking at on the screen. Quite importantly as well, there was a commission appointed on the Commission on the Future of Policing in 2017. It reported in 2018. Now, nobody on that panel had domestic policing experience. There was policing experience from the United States and policing experience from the United Kingdom. And the fallacy of this kind of situation is that in some way the rhythm and understanding of policing in the US and in the UK would be superior to the accumulated wisdom of 100 years of domestic policing in this country. Now, there are some very fine people on that Commission on the Future of Policing, and I certainly wouldn't take from their own policing background or their understanding, but not to understand the relevance of having some input from a domestic policing experience that speaks to the collective wisdom and experiencing the challenges of 100 years of policing seems quite remarkable. Then we move to the oversight bodies. The Policing Authority was appointed in 2015, and its job, its mission was to a form of oversight and control and accountability, or holding the Garda Síochána to account for its policies and its procedures in the policing area. Now, quite important, it has no remit in security. And 5.5 of those people on the board are from the Republic, but they have no policing expertise. 3.5 are from Northern Ireland, and they have no policing expertise. Now, the 0.5 comes in very simply is that one of the individuals involved has a previous professional life that is divided between the Republic and Northern Ireland. And then we look at the Garda Inspectorate, which again is probably a strange kind of body really, in many respects. But again, on the composition of the 3 top people there, one of those officers, or one of those inspectors, is now from the London Metropolitan Police, and the other 2 are from the RUC at PSNI. And probably the body that is more known in the public sphere is GSOC, Garda Síochána Ombudsman Commission, and it has 3 commissioners. 2 of those are from the Republic, but again with no policing expertise. And the third is from the RUC PSNI with that policing expertise. So there you have it at a glance, that the controlling structures, the oversight structures, in the last number of years progressively had become dominated by non-Republic of Ireland citizens and with no Garda historical experience made available to any of those bodies. Now again, as I've said at the start, at the risk of repeating myself, this is a totally untenable situation and would not be tolerated in any policing force in these collective islands or in Europe or indeed further afield. It really should be redressed as a matter of urgency.